Let's solve the following absolute value inequality. So step one in solving absolute value inequalities, get your absolute value expression completely by itself. So all we have on the left side over here is our absolute value portion, which is good. Step one, already done. Step two, you want to rewrite your equations here. So when it comes to absolute value equations and inequalities, we always factor in two situations, for the positive and for the negative. Again, keep in mind absolute value bars always make everything positive, so whether we're looking at a positive or a negative number, you always end up with a positive in the end. So to backtrack, we need to take, the situation of, well, what if it was positive? What if it was negative? Which one was it? So we kind of have to account for both. So when you create your two absolute value inequalities, this is how you're going to do it. Rewrite the problem. All right, rewrite the problem ignoring the absolute value bars. Take this right side symbol over here, less than or equal to, mirror it on this side over here. Take the number 6, put it on this side over here, just change the sign. All right, so we're essentially just taking this, picking it up over here, just changing the sign of the value of what that is. Solve this inequality here. So we're going to be solving the middle section for x. So we do need to clean this up a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute this so that we can combine like terms and see what we're looking at. So for the middle section, when we distribute, 2 times x is 2x, plus 2 times 1 is 2. Drop everything else down. Combine your middle terms there, that 2 plus 4, so that is just going to give us a 6. Once everything is simplified, now we can start moving things around. We have this plus 6 we need to get rid of, so we are going to subtract 6 on all three sides. We get negative 12 on the left. The 6's are going to cancel in the middle, so we can drop down 2x. And then we get a 0 on the right-hand side. Divide everything by 2. And let's see, on the left we get negative 6. Drop down your symbol. We get x by itself in the middle, which is what we want. And we get 0 on the right-hand side. So now all that's left, we need to do our graph and put this in interval notation. When we do our graph, and keep in mind, if you have the equal then symbol attached to it, you will have solid dots on your graph. If you don't have the equal then, if it's just less than or greater than, that is an open dot on your graph. We do have the equal then, so we can fill in our points here. Also, our values, negative 6 and 0, are the ones that we're looking at. Just mirror those over here. According to our symbols, we have solid dots. If we cover up the left-hand side, this says x is less than or equal to 0, which means we want to shade to the left of 0, which means we are shading this middle portion of this graph here. All right, again, keep in mind your two options when it comes to shading. You're either shading the middle or you're shading the outside here. So based off what we have to be shading the middle if it needs to be less than 0. Interval notation. Our leftmost answer is a negative 6. Our rightmost digit is a 0. Solid dots, use brackets. So we do have a solid dot on either side, which means a bracket on either side. Do keep in mind your solution over here, your graph, and your interval notation are all part of your solution for this problem.